How I Became a Ghost, Chapter 26, Choctaw Rattlesnake. There they are, Leader shouted. The girl's family. I know where she is. The soldiers circled the camp, on their horses. My daughter isn't here, said Gabe, stepping forward. We do not know where she is. Search all you like. You will not find her here. She can't be far, Leader said, turning this to the soldiers. If she tries to run, don't shoot her. She needs to suffer for the trouble she's caused. What about you? Leader said, pointing to my father. Have you seen a girl with short hair dressed like a boy? I do not know where she is, my father replied. Then I must believe you, said the leader. His voice was evil and his face was hard. What reason would you have to lie? I guess you've heard by now the girl has escaped, but we don't need to find her. We have a promise to keep. He turned to Gabe. Where is your daughter, the little one? She is no longer with us, Gabe said. You are lying, the leader hissed. Bring her to me now. I expected Ruth to cry, but she did not. Instead, she carried Nita's body wrapped in a blanket and laid it by the fire. Here is my daughter, she said, and unrolled the blanket. Nita looked so small and helpless. Her face was swollen and her eyes were tight shut. The soldiers stepped back and looked away. I felt the warm shiver creep through my skin. I closed my eyes and hoped. I did not want to see how anyone would die, not today. When I opened my eyes, I saw children hovering close to their fathers. Boys and girls clung to their soldier fathers. Many were the same age as Nita, whose body now lay before them. The soldiers have children, I thought, and they are hoping this never happens to any of them. Thinking of their children, the soldiers hung their heads and waited for their orders. What would you like us to do? Pointy Nose asked. I knew by his manner that he had no children. Nita's death meant nothing to him. He was more concerned with winning back the leader's trust. Well, said the leader, I'm glad to see that one of us is not afraid of death. Roll her up and take her with us. Be glad to, Pointy Nose replied, with a thin smirk on his face. He stooped to Nita's body. I saw Gabe look at my father. My father nodded so slightly the soldiers didn't see. They share a secret, I thought. What do they know? Pointy Nose reached for the blanket, but something stopped him. His eyes grew large, and a look of fear replaced the smirk. A soft sound filled the silence, a soft whirling sound. It grew louder and louder until the air around us shook with sound. Whir, whir, whir. The head of the rattlesnake weaved back and forth over Nita's body. Sir, said Pointy Nose, I can not. Please don't make me do this. Shut up, Leader said. Get back on your horse. We can't waste time here. He turned to Gabe and Ruth. You have lost one daughter already, Leader said, so I cannot keep my promise, but I made a vow this morning. Someone will die today. We will find the girl, and she will die. As the soldiers rode away, the snake lowered his head and coiled into a tight circle. Ruth looked at Gabe and my father, and then knelt to Nita's body. Yakoke, she whispered. She bowed her head over her daughter, and the snake disappeared in a thin cloud of curling smoke. Only later would I learn who cast the spell that brought the snake. On this morning, I simply bowed my head like everyone else and whispered my gratitude. Yakoke.